Boo. I am Kayleigh. We're back again. It has been quite a long time because Kayleigh had GCSEs to do because Kayleigh lives in the UK and I failed everything, so it's fine. I guess I just hope for the best and hope this works. I'm joking. I'm going to college. It's fine. I'm fine. But so I like learning about well, that's weird. I didn't really like learning in school, but I like learning about crimes. I love learning about killers and serial killers and how they covered it up and what made them do it and what happened to lead them to that point. So the thing is, grab a blanket, grab a drink, sit down, because this is going to be a long ass video about me talking about a killer who may have killed his wife. Yeah, okay, so, but remember, these people are real, these people suffered, so we're gonna keep respect, and we're not gonna take any we can say anything about the person who did this, the monstrosity, the devil. I don't understand why these people exist. I believe what they've done to a person should be done to them. Hopefully they're just being disintegrated into a hole, or leaving their last just being beaten up in prison every day for what they've done. They deserve it, okay? Okay, so warning. This video discusses themes of violence, including descriptions of severe injury and a tragic loss. If this is not for you, no worries. Go to a different video. But for everybody who likes murder, who doesn't like murder, who likes to learn about murder and the brain and how it works, nature versus nurture, stay around. I've got a drink. Air Up sponsor me. So, serious tone? Okay, let's go. So, today's story is about a woman who got killed by her partner, and her name is Iana Kasian. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not the best with words. This was an incredible woman, full of warmth and happiness. She was an everyday type of person, someone you would just be friends with or something. Born on the 27th of January 1986 in Ukraine. Okay, I'll put the goop. I'm having a bit of a bad day. She was born in Ukraine. She was born in Ukraine, okay? She grew up in a close-knit family that supported her dreams. She studied law and even worked as a prospector for the Ukrainian tax service, landing tough cases with real smarts and grace. But Iana, she wanted to see the world. She wanted to explore, look at everything, and she was a very creative person, very passionate. In 2014, at 28 years old, she moved to the United States, landing in California where she started modelling. She was gorgeous, you guys tall, with these striking features and a smile that could light up a room. Friends said she was kind, driven, always positive, even trained to be a translator, showing how adaptive she was. Coming to Hollywood must have felt like a dream, but sadly it led to someone who turned it into a nightmare. Someone was Blake Leibel. I hope I'm saying that wrong, because he deserves whatever he gets. Her fiance, who was later convicted in the case. To really understand what happened, we need to go back and learn about Blake. His life was like a movie script itself, full of warmth, family drama, and some dark interests that make you wonder. I'm guessing this is more of a nurture story, something wrong in the brain other than family, because his type of family was warm, passionate, people who were nice. But some people just are not mentally well. So, Blake was born on May the 8th, 1981 in Toronto, Canada. He's Canadian, by the way. That's never a good sign. I'm joking, that's a joke. Canadian people are lovely. In serious money, this guy... What? So, his dad, Laurent Leibel, was a billionaire, real estate development and Olympic sailor who represented Canada in the 1976. And even in Canadian Motorsport Hall of Fame. I love motorsport. You know, my mum will never let me buy a bike, but a girl can dream. But there were several shadows. Laurent was the first Canadian Olympic to test positive and banned substances. Jesus Christ, this guy literally decided to just be like, we're banning all other bad stuff that you put in your system to make you better in sports and cheat, and faced some unproven allegations involving drugs and other issues, which he denied. Blake's mum, Iana Kasian, came from wealth too. Her family built a plastics business, but she dealt with her own mum's mental health struggles. Mental health is... I need a break. 1 second. Thank you. The family split very early though. Laurent and Eleanor separated when Blake and his brother Cody were kids, but never divorced. They just... I'm guessing they just wanted to keep their money and just be like, okay, you go that way, I go this way. It's okay. Blake mostly lived with his mum, whilst Cody was closer to his dad, who spoiled him big time, like buying a house for Cody, hockey coach. Who buys a house? Imagine if you just had the money to do that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy my kid's coach a house. A house. Sorry, okay, these people are rich. It like befiddles me how rich these people were. Blake often felt sidelined, scared of his dad, and craving the approval he never quite got. Can you imagine growing up like that? I can. We're not gonna talk about that. All the luxury, but with an emotional gap. Sometimes dads can be a bit off-putting. Yeah. As he got older, Blake went to University of Western Ontario, but his eyes were on Hollywood. He moved to LA around 2004 with buddies, including Cody, who drove into the flashy life, starting a record label and snagging a 1.2 million Ferrari Enzo at just 23 years old. Jesus. Blake was super smart, obsessed with video games, comics, and physiology. Oh my god, he's like me, unless I'm not a murderer, but I mean like the comics and the video games and like physiology. Yeah, it's very like, I don't want to say cool, but it's very smart how like we get to see how these people just grew up and basically grew into this person who can do such a terrible thing. He'd pitch intense ideas at meetings, sometimes referencing graphic stuff like those old Faces of Death videos. I'm guessing they're gruesome. His career had some wins. He dictated an indie film called Bald in 2008. That was a great year. That was a great year. I was born that year. Great year. And worked on Mel Brooks' Spaceballs. Okay. The animated series as a storyboard supervisor and consultant. He hit Comic-Con. Okay there. He hit Comic-Con. Networked like crazy, but some folks saw him as someone who promised big but didn't always deliver. Blake's personal side was messy too. In 2006 he met Amanda Bryan. I'm just going to spell it to you because I'm just dumb. Braun. There you go. A former model, and they married in 2011 while she was expecting their son. They had 3 kids, but things fell apart. Like everything does in this guy's life. You know what, it makes you almost like feel bad for him, but then you realise all the crap that he's done. So it's not like you care that much about what happened earlier. Because he literally like killed someone. But if he wouldn't have killed someone, you would just think of this guy being like, oh, parents divorced, father's absent, like got a wife, then separated from his wife, and you'd just be like, oh, sad. And the big heartbreak is that his mum died of cancer in 2011. This guy's life was sad, but then it's just weird how he went from being like having like a sad life to becoming someone who can do that. That must take so much like thought process and anger and just I'm gonna do this and take someone's life away. Like, how do you... I don't understand it. Blake was heartbroken, and it allegedly sparked more erratic behaviour like verbal outbursts and paranoia. No, this ain't going good. He thought his dad had messed with his mum's will, cutting him out of the millions, leading to a lawsuit he lost and more family tension. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, is this guy like just... He's like taking one hit after another. But then again, he did kill someone, so... Blake saw himself into graphic novels, realising Syndrome in 2010. It's about a serial killer who drains blood from victims to cure them with intense torture scenes. Fucking hell. Sorry, I forgot I can swear, none of you can hear it. The cover has a doll missing its scalp, and there's a part where victims are hung upside down to bleed out. Creepy, right? Yeah, that's creepy. Nobody like wanted to check up on this guy and be like, you good? You need like therapy or something? Or like you want to talk to somebody or go to like a clinic and, you know, stay there before you don't hurt anybody? But, okay. Yeah. This ain't looking good for Blake, okay? He's not... Okay, the protagonist's name even nods to his mum's maiden name. He got a TV deal for it with Lionsgate in 2014. He was into high-stakes poker too, like in Molly's game, often with Cody hosting. Of course it is. Cody built up huge debts, including a 2.5 million len, and Blake alleged worried about mob ties. What the hell? What type of... I mean, I know it's like... This wasn't that long ago. Like... This was like... Let me read it a bit. 1 second. This was 2014. This was 11 years ago. Okay. Texting friends about the threats from Russian figures. What is happening? Oh my god. How do you get that paranoia really ramped up now? How did Iana break me? Ooh la la, this is not going good. It was summer of 2015 during Blake's divorce with Amanda. By August, Iana was pregnant. Oh my god, this guy gets people pregnant fast. What the hell? Okay. They moved to a fancy condo on Hollywood Drive in the Western Hollywood, and he proposed, but it wasn't a smooth sailing. Blake was allegedly seeing another woman, Constance Floof, I don't know. I'll put it on screen. Someone will. A storyboard artist, he called his fiancée and set up a separate place. Amanda and Constance even teamed up against... Jesus Christ, there's so many people going on here. Against Iana, hiring a private investigator to follow her and Blake on a how I can't read a place, okay, that a trip in early 2017. Tensions were high, you guys. We had family tensions, then we had other partner tensions, which weren't good, and then we had this thing about the Fawn storyboard that he made with draining people's blood and cutting off their scalps. I don't think this is really going that well, okay? On May 3rd, 2016, Iana gave birth to her daughter. Such a happy moment, but things shifted. Iana's mum, Olga, came from Ukraine to help. Blake's behaviour allegedly got strange, keeping windows closed, cranking the AC, heavy marijuana. There we go. Use and arguments with Lena. Why am I so dumb today? She'd stay with Olga for safety. Just a few weeks after her birth, Constance accused Blake of assault, leading to his arrest. He was even tased by police, but Iana bailed him out. Lana, why would you do that? Leave him to sit in his cell. Why? Parts were fabricated, but this added full fuel to the fire. This made it worse. This guy was getting worse. His paranoia was going up. Tensions were going up. Family was creeping out. The events leading to the tragedy were quick and ominous. Around the 23rd or the 24th, Lana went to the condo to talk about their future, leaving Diana and Ogle. I'm so sorry. She stopped responding to calls or over 10 missed. Olga panicked, went to the condo, saw Blake inside, but he ignored her. Oh no. What?
Oh, what's the mother's name on the line?
Olga Kasian. My name is Olga Kasian. I want to get my daughter out of that apartment safely. I want to open the doors to break into that apartment and get my daughter out. It's been 3 weeks since she had a C-section, and she needs doctor's attention.
Okay, this is what I'll do. Tell her I will send deputies to do a welfare check to see if she is there. If she's there, we'll talk to her and ask her several questions and tell her that her mother's concerned, and because she hasn't heard from her in several days.
Yes, Mom. She won't open the door. They already tried to do that, and they tried to knock, but he doesn't open. He won't open the door.
Okay, we'll do another welfare check, and we will call her to let her know the outcome, and then we'll go from there as far as possibly doing a missing persons report.
Yes, Mom. When are you going to go there? Because your life is in danger.
We're going as soon as we hang up.
Police came but saw no immediate issue and left. Olga kept pushing and calling again on May 26. What allegedly appeared inside over the days was heartbreaking and intense. Based on investigations, it involved prolonged suffering. I am terrified. If anybody is actually again, warning, someone put the warning sticker up here, warning, because this is not about to get good, okay? I'm scared that's gonna be a slide. Oh, thank God. I was scared somebody was gonna throw a picture of there. Curious and jealousy over the baby and a need more for control were factors. Lana endured trauma for several hours, including blunt force to the head, causing major bruising. Her scalp was removed. Parts of her face were damaged, including her ear, with a bite mark on her jaw. What the fuck? Okay. This cause was excruciating blood loss alongside head injuries. Investigators believe that she positioned to drain blood, encouraging scenes from syndrome. Oh my God, I said it as well. What the hell? Okay. Sure. Okay. We're moving on, anyway. One second, guys, I can't read. The coroner called the injuries unprecedented and peacetime. Lana fought back, leaving marks on Blake. He allegedly stayed with her body after the link to syndrome was the key to court. It was called Blueprint. Detectives described it as one of the most heinous crimes they'd seen. On May 26, 2016, police broke through I don't know. Someone's going to have to put that on screen. Found blood evidence and Liana's body under a blanket. Blake was arrested with injuries, cash, and passport suggesting escape plans. Suggesting? I'm pretty sure when somebody has cash, a passport, I'm pretty sure that means they're about to escape. Okay. Clean-up attempts were evident. The body items in bags. Ogler later shared her regret. I am her mum, whose daughter was being harmed and couldn't prevent it. The trial was straightforward. Blake pleaded not guilty but was convicted June 20th, 2018 of first-degree murder, torture and mayhem. Ogler testified about being ignored. Cody and Amanda attended. Amanda was shocked. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay. Guys, there's a link. Okay. On June 26, 2018, he got life without parole for savagery. He's at Kentel State Prison. In 2019, a civil suit awarded $41.6 million to Lana's family for visuals. No official crime scenes, photos, or videos are public. They're sealed for sensitivity. Instead, check reconstructions like a 3D animation for the child. Oh no. Oh no. No, we are not watching this. No. Guys, I'm not gonna watch that or put anybody through having to watch that. If you want to go watch that, you can. The link will be up here somewhere or in the video's description. I'm not going to watch that. Wow, this. Jesus Christ. This was a very, chilling story. So, basically, Blake is a piece of shit and should never get out, and everybody should have stayed away from that guy, and this should never happen. Guys, remember in the comments, these people were real, this person did die. I know I make jokes about Blake because he was a dick, but thank you. Can you drop comments? I'd love to have a look and read through them. Thanks for joining me on Kayleigh's Chilling Chronicles. Stay safe, hug your loved ones, and subscribe for more. See you next time. And don't get murdered.